All right, let's talk about jealousy. We're going to break down one of the most powerful and honestly most misunderstood emotions out there, but probably not in the way you're used to thinking about it. I mean, you've probably asked yourself this before, right? Is feeling that green eyed monster just a sign that you're immature? Is it some kind of character flaw that you're just supposed to outgrow? Well, how about we just forget that idea of immaturity for a second? I want you to think of jealousy as your brain's ancient, hardwired alarm system. Yeah, a threat detector that's literally designed for survival. Okay, so what exactly trips this alarm? It really all boils down to two things your brain sees as absolutely critical: your status and your sense of belonging. So here's the core idea we're working with. At its most basic level, jealousy is just a lightning fast alarm that's screaming, hey, warning, your social standing and your connection to people might be in danger. And here's the wild part. To your primal brain, these two things, your social rank and your attachment security, are pretty much inseparable. So when a potential rival pops up, your brain doesn't bother to sort it out. It just treats the whole situation as a threat to both your place in the pecking order and your most important relationships, all at the same time. And that is why it feels so physical. You know that knot in your stomach, the racing heart? That's the alarm firing. It's a full body sensation that happens before your rational mind even has a chance to come online and start weaving a story about what it all means. So you can see this is a huge shift in perspective. We're moving away from that old frame of thinking that jealousy is just a character flaw. Instead, we're looking at it through the brain's frame. It's a status alarm. It's an attachment security system. It's a threat predictor. It's not a moral failing. It's a biological function. But what happens when this alarm system is a little too sensitive? You know, when it fires off over and over, even when there's no real fire? Well, there's a real cost to all those false alarms. And we're not talking about some vague emotional cost here. We're talking practical, real-world damage. The way we react when that alarm goes off can have very real, very negative consequences on our most important relationships. Let's just walk through this destructive loop. It all starts with a rival cue. It could be anything: a comment, a photo, a new person at work. Step 2, bam, your internal alarm fires. Then comes step 3, your reaction. Maybe you start scrolling social media, constantly comparing yourself, or making accusations. And then here's the devastating final step. Those very actions, the ones you took to protect yourself, end up creating the exact instability and distance you were so afraid of in the first place. It becomes a total self-fulfilling prophecy. Your attempt to secure a connection can, ironically, be the very thing that breaks it. It's because each reaction can create the very instability you were afraid of. So, if reacting instinctively can totally backfire, what's the alternative? Well, the good news is you can actually train your brain. It's all about giving that alarm system better, more accurate data to work with. Now, just to be clear, this is not about trying to turn off your feelings or become some kind of robot. That's impossible, and frankly, it wouldn't be healthy. The real goal is to learn how to regulate the alarm, to hear it, acknowledge it, and then choose your response instead of letting it choose for you. So, how do we do that? Well, here's a pretty practical toolkit. Number 1, when the alarm goes off, just pause. Intentionally slow down your interpretation before you act. Number 2, learn to separate actual evidence of danger from the mere visibility of other people. Just because a potential rival exists doesn't automatically mean there's a threat. And number 3, consciously choose to strengthen secure behaviors, like having a direct conversation or spending quality time, instead of getting stuck in those draining, soul-crushing comparison games. You see, by reframing jealousy this way, we pull it out of this realm of being a mysterious, uncontrollable emotion, and we put it firmly into the category of a system we can understand and actually work with. Just knowing this pattern, the cue, the alarm, the reaction, the outcome, makes the whole experience feel so much less chaotic and overwhelming. That knowledge is the first real step toward gaining some control. And this is the most empowering part of all. You can stop calling yourself irrational or flawed. Instead, you can look at this feeling and say, okay, there's the alarm, it's an old system, and it looks like it just needs some new data. You can start treating it like any other skill that you can improve with practice. So that leaves us with a final thought. Now that you've seen the blueprint, you understand the loop, the question is no longer why you feel this way. The real question is, what are you going to do with that knowledge? How will you start to train your loop?